Hello. Hello, my name is Bruce Rain from Brackers Creations. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I kind of left things in a slightly chaotic state yesterday because I was filming a review video and I had to swap cameras around and move things, and when I went to go and set up today, this camera wasn't working. That was the wrong camera. The audio wasn't plugged in. So it was all a little bit crazy, and that's why I'm a couple of minutes late. Now, of course, I knew all of this. It's not like it should have come as a surprise for me, but that was just the way things were. So now I feel like I'm a little bit off center. Is that tripping anyone's? There we go. Okay, a little bit better, a little bit. It is coming up for lunchtime on Monday here. I have made a few little changes in here, and I'm going to go over those and we'll talk about those, and we can look at my dirty microscope. So I'll just do a quick little hello to everyone. Hello to Thomas. Congratulations on being first. I mean, my goodness, you turned up like virtually the moment I made the thing go active, so as in visible. Jack68K, hello. You came in a close second. And Steve from Mac84 is here. Hello there, Steve. I hope everything went well at VCF East and you are back at home now and everything is good, and you have come home with, I assume, a car full of bounty. That's what I expect anyway. And I hope you didn't run into any old friends. Who else have we got here? Enzo Fitzhume is here. Jay from the House of Moth, who is today was giving me my regular "What time you're streaming, Bruce?" and I actually did it this time. Falcor, hello. Joe Williams, hello. I think I'm nearly there. Ryan Joffrey, hello. K-Mac Vintage, hello. And I think that's it, everyone. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone? I feel like I missed someone, but maybe I did or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I found a new inbox 2C, as in like an Apple 2C. They're very, very cool things. There are two different types of 2C. There's the normal 2C and then there's the 2C Plus. The 2C Plus is the one that's in great demand. I have one working 2C and one not working 2C. I'm not motivated enough to do something about the not working one, but I will one day. I love them. They're great little computers. Joe, hello there, Joe. Welcome to the stream. Now, so a couple of interesting things here. I've got, I'm almost certain I'm out of some capacitors in order to successfully recap a Macintosh SE analog board and power supply, but I'm not sure which ones I'm out of. So the only way I'm going to find out is actually to get into it and then take stock of the ones that I'm missing. I've got a video coming out. It will be coming out probably in the next day or two, and it is a review video of a new product, and I would like to show it to people. I'm just going to change my view here to the side view. I think this will probably be best. How's that? That's terrible. Let me improve that view. A little bit wider. A little bit wider. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think that's slightly better view there. Okay, so what we have here is a new Microscope arm, and I have just finished reviewing this. I've been reviewing this over the past 2 days, and it is, as you can see, quite a bit different to the other one because it's black for starters. But this one is a sort of a spring-loaded one, and it gives you a lot more control over where you want the thing to be positioned. And has its advantages, has its disadvantages. As I say, this is Vivor brand. The review is coming out soon, and geez, I look yellow, don't I? A bit jaundiced. What's going on there? What about that one? I've got... Oh, anyhow, let's not worry about it too much. It's the end of the day. The picture, who cares? Who cares? Gamma. Very contrasty, isn't it? Brightness. Yes, now, what I will say about this is the optics on this thing are absolutely wonderful. What I don't like about this very much is the focus knob, but that'll all be in the review when you see it. What's going on with this camera here? I don't need a... actually, I know what's going on. Sorry. Just bear with me. So the optics on this thing are absolutely fantastic. Considering the price of this microscope, I am amazed at how good this part of it is. But this is a binocular microscope, not a trinocular microscope, so there's nowhere for my camera to go. So for my YouTubing, I cannot actually use this. I can use this for working, but I can't use it for my YouTubing. So we're going to do a quick little swap over here of microscope heads. We'll pop this one over here. One really good thing about this, good or bad, depending on who you are and how you think, this one has, it is bolted to the table rather than using a great big counterweight. And that means it takes up a lot less space on my desk, and that's kind of a good thing. For me it is anyway. Right, so let's pop him on there. Just checking the chat. Time for fondue and beef and Bruce. Oh, fondue. Jeez, I love fondue. I love cheese, basically. I mean, seriously. You know, I have respect for people who, you know, sort of want to be good in their sort of, you know, they want to reduce, I guess, their footprint and they go vegan, you know. I'd say to you, look, you know, I'm not going to give you any grief about it. That's what you want to do, then good on you. But there's no way I could ever do it because I cannot exist without cheese. And don't tell me that that dairy-free cheese is all right. We know it's not true. Right, so I've got to figure out what I'm doing with wires here. We're going to have to do a little bit of faffing around. And I'll have to make a few little adjustments here because this is all, as I say, this has all been left in a pretty messy state from the other day. Probably need to cable tie that somehow. Otherwise it's going to be a problem. Always keep cable ties. Always keep cable ties close at hand. Lots of them. Very important thing. Gotta love cable ties, don't you? I have got no idea what I'm going to cable tie it to, but maybe I can just do. No, that's not going to work. Is it going to work? No, 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 no. That's not going to work. Let's try that. Might work. There we go. That'll do. That'll do for now. Right, now we need to get a little bit of white balance sorted on this microscope, on this thingy. What do you call this? Thingy? Yeah. Hello all from VCF East. You still there? Hello Jeremy. Are you still there? Okay, so this should be there. Okay. We got it. We got it. And then let's just have a look and see if this is all centered properly. Just go to scope view. My poor computer has just got so confused with what I've been doing. Scope view, here we go. Now, where are we going to have this positioned? We're going to have that. Okay, it needs to be higher. Needs to be higher. Just a little higher. There we go. A little higher still. There we go. Focus knob, as I mentioned on this, I'm not particularly happy with the focus knob. It's a bit jerky. Doesn't matter too much for this sort of work that I am doing. But if you were someone who was using this microscope to do lots of close-up work, this focus would be a pain in the poo. But I will probably try and modify it because that's what I do. It's just how I roll, man. Jesus life. Ron and I are dead tired. Good luck. We'll watch tomorrow. Yep, no worries. All good. I can't guarantee it's going to be particularly interesting, but we'll try. We'll definitely try. Okay, so now, this is some weird stuff has happened here, you know. I'm just going to go out and say that. So normally I would have the top view here, and I would not have the side view. So let's get the side view and move it. There we go. So there's me and the side view. Great. All right, so let me go and get this thing. Another thing I really like about this is the way you can just sort of push it out of the way. And it goes side by side so easily. Is anyone getting motion sickness? Hang on. All right, I'm going to go get this board. We'll start playing around with it and see what we can do with it. Whoopsie. I've got no idea where I put it. Is that it? Could be it. Yeah, this is the one. I'm sure people may or may not recall I had this board out just the other day, and it had a... I'm not really pointing in a good direction here, am I? How about I point down here? There we go. Don't need to see my gut, but would like to see the table. Good cotton candy machine. Vevor make everything. Well, look, at the end of the day, we know that Vevor don't really make everything. I'm pretty sure they just get stuff and they put the Vevor brand name on them. But, look, you know, I mean, some people have got good and bad things to say about them. And I have not had an issue, really, with anything Vevor at this stage. You know, and when it comes to me sort of reviewing something, I'm going to be honest about it. So, yeah. That should be there as well. There we go. So, now, okay, so this is a Macintosh SE analog board. I had this one up the other day, and one of the noticeable things about it is this capacitor is actually starting to bulge. I'm going to need to take some photos of this because that's important. Yeah. Okay, let's get serial number. I think I may have done this already, but never mind. We're going to start with the power supply. I've said this is one of the things I've said all the time about the SE. The SE is really, really solid piece of design. This the power supply in this is just so much better than the Mac Plus power supply or the Mac Classic power supply. I love it. So everyone, if you want a compact Mac, get an SE. I mean, unless you want one to go really fast, then maybe an SE30. Have an SE to recap soon. Yeah. Look, if you're actually looking for more of an instructional thing rather than just chilling with brankers, see how hip I am, I would suggest James Wages, JDW. He has a video of recapping an SE analog board. He goes in incredible detail, and of course, I think he has links to the Console 5 kit and everything like that. One of the things that a lot of people do with these is because of modern technology, things getting smaller and all that. We know what happens. We've seen it happen. Things get smaller. You can buy power supplies now that will provide you with all the output of this one that are small enough to fit inside this cage. And there are a few people who have done that. I think there's probably links you can find for that particular power supply, and you can you know, sort of just take out the old one, put a new one inside, redo the cables, and do it that way. A few people do it that way, I've seen. Brankus at the movies, yes. Oh, geez, I saw a film the other day. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. Has anyone else seen 65, the movie 65, with Adam Driver? Oh, you can actually go and pick stuff up, Thomas. That's awesome. Most of the sort of places out in this neck of the woods, they won't even let you in the warehouses to go and pick things up. You've got to have them delivered. But I have to say, I mean, the stuff that I get from Vevor arrives so fast. I don't know where they're shipping it from for Australia. I mean, I don't know, somewhere. But it just comes really, really quickly. I mean, when they say they're sending me something, it's like, boom, turns up. Basically what happens with Vevor is I am part of their influencer program. And what that means is that I can get affiliate links. Then when people click on the affiliate link, I get a small percentage of any sales that are made from that affiliate link. And ultimately they then discuss with me, okay, what would you like to review? Because I'm not going to, you know, get a cotton candy machine and review it on this. It's just, there's no relevance for my channel. So I look at the products they have and I say, well, look, this is something that I would use, or this is something that my viewers would use. So this is something that I think is good for doing a review. And they send it to me, and then I do a review. And basically, I'm honest about it, because I don't want people to just think that I'm saying things are good for the sake of it. I'll tell you what's good and what's not good about something. I will always do that. I did not enjoy 65. There was absolutely zero character development in it. Good special effects, but I felt like they had a missed opportunity. I felt like the premise of the film was quite good, but I felt like the execution really left a lot to be desired. I just wanted to see characters. You know why the pictures are so bad? I think because I suspect I've got the adjustments mixed up. Brightness. Anyhow, that's working. It's all working. It's okay. I don't know if it's still the case, but one of the things that I absolutely love about 65 is if you go onto the 65 Rotten Tomatoes page, the audience score is 65. How often would that happen? The name of a film and the audience score being the same number. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to pull this apart. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm going to have to. I've got to get the board off. There are two, I think, different versions of this power supply. This one here has, yeah, these little caps on the end here, which are a real problem. These little guys. So they've got to be replaced. I don't even think I have these big 200 volt, what was it? 200, what are they? Working volts. I'm not really going to worry about replacing these. They generally don't have much of an issue, and they're also expensive. So I just have to factor that in. I mean, obviously if someone says, hey, I definitely want you to change those, I will, but I have to charge them more for it. Rely too much on special effects to make a good movie. Yes, I would agree with that. D&D movie and Mario. Haven't seen the D&D movie or Mario. I've got very little interest in Mario because, I mean, I'm not the right generation for that. I've never played the game. So I'm not sure, or any of the games that involve Mario. And I think Luigi is the other one. Is that right? So I've just got no real interest in that one. But I hate these things, these cuffs, whatever they call them. Come on, come on. You're making progress. Yeah, come on. Let's come. Son of a gun. There we go. Got it out. Is that the Apple or Aztec? Aztec. This is Aztec. There's that little stupid thing. And then we're going to undo a screw here. I have done a few of these before. The main trick with them is that the caps, some of the caps are a little bit tricky to get to. Yeah. Oh, wow. Get to watch movies for free. That's a bit handy. I feel like there's another screw here. Anyone else got that feeling? Is there one in there? Can't tell. It just feels like it's stuck. Maybe it's just wedged in here. I think it might just be wedged. I've got a screwdriver that would be perfect for this, but it's not here. No, there's a screw hole there and a screw hole there, but there's none here. So it really should just be coming out. Yeah, I was never really much of a gamer, so a lot of games just sort of passed me by. There we go. He's coming out now. These big fat caps hold voltage, by the way, so if you're ever working on these after they've been switched on, you might want to discharge those caps or leave them for a while and wait till they discharge themselves. Let's get some solder wick, and let's get some more suitable glasses. So I'm going to desolder these wires here, because working on this with the wires connected and the case hanging off the back is a real pain. It's just a lot easier to desolder and then solder them back on afterwards. Some of the later power supplies actually had little plugs, little connectors, so you can undo them. But no, not this one. Thankfully, there is a little screen printing on this that tells you which wire goes where, so I don't have to try and remember. One being the live or active, and the other one being the neutral. The mnemonic I use for which one is which is, I always think of blue as being cool. It's a cool colour, so it's neutral. Other people use the mnemonic of the brown as the live one, because it's the one that does that to your trousers if you touch it. Pong was my start point. Yeah, Pong, the old, I think that was the first coin-op arcade game, if I remember correctly. And when they installed it somewhere as a trial, it failed quite quickly. The machine broke down, and so they were sort of like, oh well, you know, it was nice. It was a nice try, but you know, it failed. So anyhow, but they turned up to check out why it failed, and it failed because the coin holder was full. So they just built a bigger coin holder. And the rest is history, as they say. I was a big fan of Pac-Land back in the day. I didn't play it that much, but I watched people play it when I was at the mall as a young lout. There were people there putting coins in the old Pac-Land, getting really good scores, and I would sit there and watch and provide them with, yeah, a little bit of encouragement. Okay. Any IBM gurus in chat tonight? Call to the IBM gurus. Okay, so these are the caps that we're talking about here. We've got one there, one there, one there, one there, and then we've got these one here, and then we've got these little sneaky fellas in under there, and they're a little bit tricky to get at, but you know. Done it before, we'll do it again. What's this one? Can't see it. I can't see it. It's a Nichicon. It's amazing how so many of these the caps in these power supplies, some of them are just totally fine. They're totally perfect because they were made well. Some of these computers weren't used that much. I have no idea how often this one was used. The first game, like proper game, I think I ever coded, and it was in BASIC, of course, was a game called Taipan. I don't know if anyone's heard of the game Taipan, but I played it on another computer, and I really enjoyed it, so I went home and recreated it. So it wasn't my idea, but I copied another person's game and wrote it in BASIC. I wrote it so that it was easy to win, though, because that's just how I am. I'm the sort of person that always goes with cheat codes. Okay. Jeff Bernard, hello there. I didn't say hello to you. Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're looking at an SE power supply for anyone who is joining at the moment and is unsure. Oh, did I remember? I don't think I did the old.
Smash that like
button. If you don't mind. I don't want to pressure anyone. If you don't want to smash the like button, no pressure. Right. So this is a 2200. Can't see the freaking voltage. Can we go further? Yeah, we can, but I need some tightening up. So this one is 2200. 16 volt by the looks of it. 2216. So who here went to VCF East? Or who here is, I mean, still at VCF East, but who here went to VCF East this weekend? And was it good? And did you come away with anything cool? New, awesome, fantastic, fun stuff. Right, let's take a cap off. I do apologise for people who might be watching this going, oh God, it's so late at night. I know. 2216. Now I've got lots of 16 volters, so let's see what we can find. I think most of them are down under here, so I'm going to have to dig them out. Got 250 there, 100 volt, 200 volt. Oh, I do have some 200 volt. I might even have ones to replace these, but I don't think so, because these are huge. 330, 200 volt. Oh, sorry. Be careful not to bump this microphone thing. No. 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 Right, so let's go rifling through the capacitors here. I don't quite know how all my capacitors ended up in this spot down here. I think gradually and over time. I've got a nice cracked MacBook Air screen here. M1 MacBook Air, cracked screen. That is kind of just one of the things that happens these days. What have I got here? Oh, I've got a beautiful stepper motor hard drive. Look at that. Love it. Love it. If I could only find one that worked. I've got several that don't work. Ugh. What have we got here? 25 volt, 35 volt, 16 volt. Now, if I remember rightly, I have two 16 volt containers. 16 volt 2. There we go. And I've got a bunch of axial caps here as well. Axial. I'm going to need a lot of these, but let's see if we can put some of them away. Okie dokie. And Certainly won't be needing the tantalums today. Not with analog boards and power supplies. Oh, I am going to need those though. Yep. All right. Dead Rage. Hello there. Thanks for creating. You're most welcome. Okay. Who said VCF are all too far away from me? Oh, come on, where's your dedication? Right, so we have got here a 2216. 2216. Oh, I've got nicer ones, so I'll use a nicer one. Of course, if I was really dedicated, I'd go, wouldn't I? But I'm on the other side of the planet. Okay, 2216. He's a lot smaller than the original, but that is not uncommon because of all that miniaturization and stuff. So, at least I know I've got that capacitor. One down, several to go. My SE smells like fish when powered on. Well, Vector QS, that is usually a pretty good sign that it needs some work done. Most of the SEs that I've come across have been fine, but we also have to remember that every day they're getting a day older. Isn't that profound? What a profound statement. Wow. And so we are, you know, we could be looking at them heading into that sort of fail time now. Let's get some of these other caps off. So we've got a little guy here. Here's this little guy. I do wonder what the next big thing will be. I mean, you know, we all know about the surface mount electrolytic caps. It's like, okay, yep, no worries, they're all failing. And then of course we have the, oh, that's a bit fishy. That one was definitely fishy. Then we have the RAM chips on the old Macs, like the 128K and the 512. We're all just experiencing all these things failing. I was mentioning this on the stream the other day. Can you imagine the day when all the little ceramic caps on the boards start going and we have to replace all of those? I think by that stage we'll be just looking at recreations, won't we? Okay, so this is a 47 microfarad, 63 volt. How do you like that? Shady Robot, hello. Shady Robot? Shady Robot, hello there. 63 volts. What a silly voltage that is. There it is. Who thought of that one? All right. He is 4763. Still got a few of those, running a little low, but still got a few, so we're good. Oh, craps, falls down. Plus on the top, minus on the bottom. Did I get this one right? Oh, I get freaked out. I don't want to get the polarities mixed up. I mean, it always seems to work out for Doctor Who, but not in real life. It's definitely 63, not 6.3. Definitely 63. Stanky. I know I should have the fume extractor on, but then I'll miss out on all those delicious fumes. Oh dear, yeah. Gotta just love these old computers. I was actually just saying to my wife the other day that I've kind of got to the point now there isn't really much else I want in my collection. I can't actually see it getting that much bigger. And I know that's silly talk. But unless I actually had someone get in touch with me and say, hey, there's this massive lot that's going for really cheap, then it might be like a great opportunity to get hold of them or something like that. Probably. I mean, there are a few that I still want a cube. I still want... Oh, this one's leaky. Let me show you this one, guys. There's... Look at that. Look at the snot rolling out of that. Pretty good, eh? Nice, nice. SE and SE30 share the same analog board. Yes, they do. They are interchangeable. I'm going to measure this. I wonder if I can just measure it in my little component tester. Will it fit in there? Probably. Oopsie. Okay, let's pop that into the component tester. And let's press the button. Let's see what it says. It says it is a capacitor. It says it is 233 microfarads. 220 is what it should be. And 0.35 ohms equivalent series resistance. Anyhow, I mean, it could be testing perfectly, but at the end of the day, it's leaky bad. 220, 25 volt. Yeah, it's a good tester, isn't it? GT, how you doing? You watch, it'll be the last one I pick up. Yep, always the friggin' last one. Oy. Many caps test good that let DC through. Doesn't the Kaiweets test capacitance? It sure does. Kaiweets KM601. The main reason why I use that component tester is because of that little zero insertion force thingy. It means I can just stick the thing in, clip it down and hold it in place. With these, I don't have any little clippy clips on the end of them. I just saw myself struggling to actually hold the probes on the legs. All right, so what was it? 220, 25. Bum, bum, bum. That's the first one. I did mention that this was going to be a bit of a stock take. I knew I was running out of caps, so I need to make a little listeroonie here. New one. So this one is, oh, wrong one, 220 microfarad. Come on, keyboard. $220 microfarad. Hey, wrong button. Microfarad. 25 volt. I don't have my ruler down here, so I can't actually measure the gap. I'll have to come back and do it. But anyhow, There's a good chance I've already got that because I just look up all my previous orders. Okay, now, in the interest of actually getting this done, let's see if I might have a 35 volt that I can put in place. Use solder pump for start, remove solder radiator. All right, here we go. 35 we said. Is that what we said? That's what I said. 35, they must be down here as well. Here we are, 35. What did I say? 220? Keep picking up the wrong freaking thing. 220, 25, 220, 35. It is not the same size, but we should be all right. Another Nichicon. Nothing wrong with Nichicon. Good quality. Oh, I should clean some of that goo away first, shouldn't I? Ah, look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. The positive and the negative. You got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. No, don't eliminate the negative because then your stuff won't work anymore. Oh, yes, I did. Sorry, yes. You had me wondering. So what I ended up doing was, thankfully, because so I'm answering Thomas's question here. Did you get the 2N3906 part the other day? This was for the neck board for the Macintosh SE / SE30. And I ended up replacing it on both the boards because I stole one from one of my other boards. And yes, I did. I went for a walk. I needed exercise on that day because I had not exercised yet. And so I went for a walk to JCar Electronics, which I did that way. It's about a 1.5 kilometre walk, so it's about a 3 kilometre round trip. Nice bit of exercise for the day. Walked over there. I bought 9 because that's all they had. I was going to buy 10. The way they have their pricing structure there, once you hit 10, you get a different price break. You get a smaller amount. So if I had bought 10, it would have cost me $10. But buying 9, it cost me $10.15. So, and I was like, couldn't you just have one more? And they're like, sorry. So, but anyhow, I got them. I was able to come back and get it all sorted that same day. So that was really nice. It was good to not have to wait for a delivery or anything like that. 68K Rescue, hello there. So yes, there's just for anyone who wasn't watching that last live stream, I was working on the neck board of an SE / SE30 that wasn't working. The computer would fire up and everything like that. We were just getting kind of like a white screen with lines on it, and tested all sorts of things. Left it to the very, very end to test the transistor, and that was what the fault was. But that's how it works when you're repairing things, isn't it? It's always the last place you look. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. Let's have a go with the old solder sucker for these ones, eh? See how they go. Those do quite a good job, but I don't like using them, in particular when the pins are bent over. Makes a bit of a pain. Now, I did ask this before, and I didn't actually see any answers. That may be because there were no answers, or maybe there were answers and I missed them. But I did ask if anyone ended up buying something at the VCF thing. So if anyone here was at VCF, did they buy something? And as I say, if you did answer that already, I'm sorry. but I am genuinely interested. I've seen some amazing things get sold there, and sometimes for some pretty amazing prices too. And I think that's largely because enthusiasts, well, they don't want to necessarily give things away. I mean, they're things they might have paid for them, so they want to make some money for them. But, you know, they're not necessarily out there to try and screw you out of as much money as possible. Peter O'Toole is dead, just letting you know that. Right, let's see if we can get this little guy out. He's one that's been held in with snot, so he's being a little bit stubborn. How do you like using a desolder gun? They work really well under certain circumstances, and other times they're an absolute pain in the backside. The solder gun that I have, or desolder gun, I don't think that it has enough suction. It would be nice if it had some more suction. This is a 16 volt 220. Isn't that what I just had? Was that what I just had? 220/16? No, that's right, it was 25. Let's get to the 16s then, shall we? 25. 16. Ah. 220. 16, got lots of these. Lots of these. Plus, minus there. Just check and make sure I've got the right thing here. 220/16. Interestingly, most of these that I'm removing are 85 degree ones. Or this one's 105. They have what heat resistance they have. And generally when you're getting a lifetime, if you're getting, let's just say, you're getting a capacitor that says it's got a 10,000 hour lifetime, they're saying that if it's operating at its maximum temperature, you'll get theoretically about 10,000 hours out of it. And it won't just immediately stop when the 10,000 hours are up, but that's what they're saying. So if you do actually run a capacitor a lot lower temp than it says, you might actually get a lot more hours out of it. Pretty. A tensed 2080D solder irons. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I have got to work on a Macintosh Classic over the next day or two. It's one that has been fully recapped and still doesn't work properly. And what I would like to do is just throw it in the bin, but it's not mine. So I can't do that. So I need to see if I can try and get it working for this person. Not at all happy about it. I have mentioned in my live streams before that I will no longer be working on Mac Classics other than recapping the logic boards. 470/16. For 70/16. I wonder if I have a recapping guide for this one. Probably. So far I've only had one cap that looks kind of ugly. The rest have all been pretty good. Anyone working on any projects at the moment? Builds, rebuilds, repairs? Anyone? Any recent acquisitions? One of the biggest issues I have at the moment is I got a Macintosh SE recently, and I plan to sell it, but I can't find the floppy drive. And I don't recall whether it never had one, whether I bought it like without one, or whether I've taken it out and put it somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. Oil change day, change the oil on anything I had with an engine. Wow. Did the oil need changing is the question. Building a star tracker I've been designing, was wiring it up today. So does that work? Hello, thumbnails? I like your name there. Thumbnails, question for you. That's a star tracker that is what you link up to a telescope, is that right? So that it will actually track a star in the sky. Is that your thing? I am interested to know. And if that is indeed what it is for, would you mind telling me what sort of telescope you has and what sort of camera you are using? This has got lots of snot on it, so it's not coming out easy. These caps are going to be absolutely rooted by the time I get them out. There we go. But I got him out. A little bit of gunk under that one. So this is the big one at the front. And he is a 1210. 1210. 10's up here. Yeah, well. 1210. Got plenty of those. What are these ones? 1510. And the other one, so this one, I can't find the other one. What was it? Where did I put it down? Is that it? I really should have paid more attention to where I put it. Cameras and lasers and the trackers and electronics. Barn door tracker, Raspberry Pi and control boards. Cool. My telescope is quite an old one. I haven't had it out in a long time. Now I'm going to need a recapping guide because I literally put down a cap and I have no idea where I put it. And it's that one there. It was the one that was joined to this one. And when I split them apart, I have no idea where I put the other one. I went and looked at the caps. think it's 470/16, but I could be wrong. Recapping some SE30s thanks to your videos. Awesome. Gotta love the old SE30, eh? I have 2 of them now. I don't think I need any more than 2. I think I can be content with 2, but I had one and then I got another one and then I sold the other one because I felt like I don't need to. And then later on I thought to myself, you know what, I really do need 2. So I got another one. So, but I think 2's fine. I don't think I need more than 2. One of them has network card in it and the other one has the grayscale modification in it. So, recapping guide. That was a nice close-up of my noggin, wasn't it? A lot of things have been getting moved around in here lately because of videos and stuff like that. So I sit here and I stare into space and go, where did that end up? And to be quite honest, I have no idea where my recapping guide is. It must be down here somewhere though. Because I've got a sneaking suspicion that the guide I'm looking for has never made it onto the website. So while I do have the website to refer to, I'm not sure if the recapping guides. We'll look though. We'll look. I learned to solder watching the videos recently. Big part of what has let me create the stuff in my head. Thanks for that. You are most welcome. Now, I have no idea what Apple IIs are worth, I'm afraid. I just don't follow it enough. I could give you all sorts of ideas about Macs, what you could expect to pay for them, but really not sure about the old Apples, because it does fluctuate. Oh wow, something weird just happened to my camera then. Just sort of blinked at me. Recap a Mac. It's my website. Let's go resources. Oopsie. Macintosh SE30. I don't see any power supply there. No. Okay, so let's think about this for a second, shall we? Are you using OCB software to record live? I am actually using software called Ecamm Live. I like it because it's simple. It allows me to quickly and easily go and do things like this, bring them up on the screen. It has nice controls for the cameras and allows me to work with multiple cameras really easily. It's a very good purpose-built piece of software. It's starting to test my poor little Mac here that I'm using it on. I may have to get a faster computer at some stage. I might put my other glasses on for a moment because it will make it much easier for me to see where my recapping guide is. Oh, you know what I did do the other day? I did a bit of a clean-up. Maybe I cleaned it up. Let's have a look. Nope, not there. This never would have happened to Steve. He's way more meticulous than I am. No idea. Okay, so. Thank you for that, Jay. Maybe the pigeons are messing with me. Right. So there is a very, very good lesson to be learned about the way I have actually done this recapping job, where I'm taking one cap out at a time and doing it. Where what I've actually ended up doing is I took 2 caps out at one stage, and hasn't worked out very well for me. Oh, excuses. Need to go back to the other glasses. I suppose I could connect remotely to my other Mac, get it from there. What cap location? Cap location is I think it's C23. Pretty sure it's C23 or C35 because it's right next to another one. Oh, it's so hard to freaking tell, but it could be C23. I think it's C23 because it's right next to C24. Okay, we'll figure it out. Don't worry, don't panic. It's all good. Oh, wrong computer. Come on, Rain. Pull your head together. You got a new computer now, remember? Brancus work. I have to sit here and wait for this because it's got about like 1,000 files in it. Think about a desolder gun for axial caps. Any recommendations? I hear nothing but good things about the Hacko. So I know they're not super cheap, but as I say, I always hear good things about it. So. You see 23 470 16, which is what I was actually thinking it is. I'm just gonna confirm because I do have a way of double checking. 470 16 is what I thought it was because I've got this one sitting here and I think this is the same one. But I just want to be sure. I won't make that mistake again. I mean, I will. I mean, I'm, kidding myself. Recapping. SE30. SE30. Look, I've got SE30 analog name. SE30 power supply. Yay. Is it the same one? No, it's not the same one. It's the upper one, not the Aztec. I have done so many of these, but I've got two here. There's that one. What's this one? No, they're both the same. I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to take your word for it. We're going to go with 470. Sent cap list to Discord. Going to Discord. Has it got a pretty picture? I need pictures. I'm not sure if I can live without pictures. Lists, if it's just a list, I'll struggle. Discord just opened and then quit. Oh, okay, yeah. Downloading, update. Every time you open Discord, isn't it? Every single time. Installing update 5 of 5. Starting. I'm just staring at the Discord at the moment. Just a list. There is a picture of this one somewhere, floating around somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Okay. So, let's have a look here. C24, 1210, which is what I have here. And C25, C23, C23 or C25. Why does it say C23 or C25? Is it because it's so badly labelled? It's got to be it. All right, we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it and have some faith in me, man, because I don't. Right, so trying to Hacko iron and new soldering pump, overrated in my opinion. Yeah, I've never tried the pump. I've got a Hacko iron. There are lots of things I like about the Hacko iron, but that's to do more with the tips than it is the iron itself. The interface on this iron is shit. 470/16. Yep, okay, let's do that. I mean, I cannot believe how bad the interface is on this soldering iron. Just the way they've designed it. Just a dial on the front would be so much better. Come on. Get in there, you little thing, you. The position is not ideal for these because it's underneath a heatsink. There we go, got it on. The biggest issue I have when I'm trying to give recommendations for products, you know, people don't necessarily want to spend top dollar on things. You know, I might say, oh, look, this is really good. But it's going to be, you know, might be hundreds of dollars, and people are like, no, I don't want to spend that much. So it's like, okay, well, we'll find you a budget alternative. So I go around trying to find budget alternatives for things, and then they disappear. I say, oh, go and buy this one, and then I can't find that one, and I go looking for it. It's like it's gone. Frustrating. I didn't have breakfast this morning, and I've got to tell you, I'm pretty freaking hungry. What time is it now? You know what's coming up for my lunchtime? Probably have a sandwich today. Yes, I do know that Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack. And do you know how I know that? I know that because I've got one on the way ready for a review. So that is coming up. What else have I got coming that I'm reviewing? Oh, I've got another digital microscope coming. And it looks interesting. Looks very interesting. So that's on its way. Okay, well that's all of those ones. Now I've got this one left here. There's one left. This one. And then we can plug it in and see if it goes boom. Yeah, so basically Kai Wheats just contacted me the other day and said, have a look at this thing. Do you reckon it's something you might want to review on your channel? I looked and I said, that would be perfect to review on my channel. Yes, please send it post haste. Out you come, Mr. Capacitor. It's enough from you. This one's looks like it gets exposed to a bit of heat in this location because it looks a little bit crispy. 10 volt, 1200. 16. 10 volt, 1200. Put the negative on the negative side, like that. That's the positive. Let's go that way. How ridiculous is it that I have this new microscope rig and then I decided to do something that doesn't require a microscope? It's not the stupidest thing I've done today, but it will be up there. Oh, did Justin Morgan give you or sell you an old oscilloscope? What do I have? Mine's a... My oscilloscope is a Siglent STS1202X-E. I chose it because it has. I chose it because of its frequency, and I chose it because of its 2 channels. So I don't use it very often, but when it does come time to use it, they're very important things to have around. They can just show you things that other things can't show you. Simple as that. Well, they're all soldered on, okay? So I think we all have to feel pretty happy and satisfied now. We just have to hope that I got them all right. Oh, excuse me. So, time to put it back together. It is Monday. 4-channel 200 megahertz on this one. Yeah, it's 4 channels, great to have. I have to admit I've never needed. I would have liked 3 once or twice, but certainly not needed 4. So this is going to go that way. So that means that'll go that way. That'll go there, and that'll go. So live is this one. That's live is brown. Come through, Mr. Wire. I use the oscilloscope so rarely, but it's so important when you do need it. And as far as all the gear I've bought, that's probably about the second least used thing. The least used thing is that. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but you just have to trust me. Come through, my little friend. Finished watching a first series of a show called The Last Kingdom last night. Really enjoyed it. Great show. Don't know if anyone's seen it. Came out in 2015, so it's not new. It's on Netflix. Get good probes, Jeremy. Spend the money on good probes. Make a big difference. There we go. These are quite stubborn. That smoke just went right up my nostril. Okay, so I've connected these wires back up again so that it's all joiny. Wasn't talking to you, Siri. And then we can plug this back in. It's a little bit fiddly. I know it's a bit fiddly because I had so much trouble getting it out. So it's probably going to be a pain in the backside to get back in again. Don't get your pen out, you won't be needing that. Right, so that, we've got these two long screws for that. Oh, I got a super chat from a shady robot. Thank you. Yet another lovely stream. Well, thank you for saying that. It's very encouraging. Someone didn't like it. I got a thumbs down. Look at that. That must have upset someone. Well, as I've always said on my live streams, it's nice when people have the energy to go and give you a thumbs down. Oh, we do. We've got 36 people watching at the moment, if the stats are correct here. So to all of you, I say thank you. If you have joined and you haven't said hello, or you have said hello and I haven't said hello back, I do apologise. So hello to you. And in case anyone has not been following along, I am working here on a Macintosh SE or SE30 power supply. It says SE on the analog board, so I'm assuming it's an SE. Just gave you a thumbs up to compensate. Thank you very much. Yeah. And we just, so this was sent to me by one of my regulars, a guy called Tristan. Nice chap. And I want to get this done and out of the way. One of the main reasons why I actually chose to do this today was, as I said at the beginning, I feel like I'm running out of certain capacitors. So I wanted to do a quick little stock take and check all the caps that I currently have to see whether I need to buy some more. And I've got a Color Classic analog board to do as well. And I need to... There we go. I did that all wrong. All wrong. I need to check my stock of Color Classic capacitors as well. I hate these things. I just hate them. Just never ever get them back on as well as they were on before. This is requiring a fair bit of my concentration, so I apologise for how quiet I am. But once I get this through, I'll be able to give you a little bit more of my brain time. How long until I start swearing at this, do you think? How about get a bigger pair of pliers? That might be a good idea. Fiddly grommets. Oh boy, did I get in trouble with grommets on my ultrasonic cleaner video. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just, the trick is, make sure you show everything. I mean, I filmed this and I was saying, okay, the wires go from here to here to here. And the next thing you know, people are going, oh man, you need grommets on those wires. And it's like, there are grommets on the wires, I just didn't show it in the video. Right, that's done. Done. And of course, one of the things that this is something that you used to be able to do on YouTube, but you can't do it anymore. You used to be able to put little notes on the video. And I know I did that because I've got a video that was one of the very earliest videos I did where I pull apart a Mac Plus. It was one I did donkeys years ago. And I just did it for fun. Can't even remember what the motivation was, but anyhow, I did it. And I said in it, this is the Macintosh Plus from 1986. And all these people said, oh, you got the year wrong. It's you know, you said 1996. It's 1986. And it's like, that's just my Australian accent. I say 1986. And so many people were thinking I said 1996, not 86. And so what I did is I put a little note on it, a little note that when I actually say the words, a little note comes up, a little text thingy on YouTube comes up and said, I am actually saying 1986 here, not 1996. But that's gone now. They've taken that functionality away. You can't put little notes. What PC use this power supply? So this is for a Macintosh SE or Macintosh SE30. They make special pliers for cable grommets, and I don't have them. But never mind, we got it in there. We got it in there. Now, shall I just connect some power to this, and we'll just see what happens? And I don't know if this will output power. Just in case I did put one of those caps backwards, we'll just save the bang for now. Ready? Kai Wheat's KM60 1 multimeter. Lots of multimeter, low price. Okay, we'll put that onto DC voltage testing. And then let's just go and have a little bit of a check and see if we're getting any power out. Some of these that you don't get any power unless they're actually connected to a load, but we'll see. $12 volt. 12 volt. Was it? Yep. What else have we got here? It's got to be a 5 here somewhere, don't you reckon? Here's a 5. That's a good sign. I think we're getting power out of this little sucker. Come on, you Enzo. So, yeah, that was a successful recap. We can't, you know, I mean, do you want me to blow something up? And then we've got an analog board here. These aren't too bad because there aren't a whole lot of caps on these. So, but if I can get this done as well, I'll be pretty pleased. 4716. Now this is a funny one, this guy here. This is a bipolar capacitor. It is 35 volt, 3.9 microfarad. I think I'm about to get a visit, so I'm going to just do a quick little Bear with me just for a moment. Oggly doggly, I'm not sure if I will get this all finished today, but we can certainly get a start on it. I'm going to have to go and do some IT work, because that is what I do. Now, so this one here, because it is a non-polar cap, I will at the very least replace this one, because this one has a good old bulge happening on it. And I think the replacements for this are here. Let's just look. Let's have a look. Are these the ones? I really should take better notice. Pretty sure these are it, but we'll test. We shall test. We shall test. This is 3909 nanofarad, so that would give us 3.9 microfarad, I think it would. Yep. So this is the 3.9 microfarad. So I think this is the right one, because I can't imagine I would have a 3.9 microfarad for any other reason, for any other purpose. I will just check it here with this thing as well. Yep, 3.9 microfarad. So this is what we're going to put in place of this one here, because it's obviously a very different sort of capacitor here. I'm going to mount it kind of like that. So bend it over like that and then plonk it in here. And I might even put some heat shrink over the leg. Because why not? Got that song in my head now. So, just going to get some heat shrink on there. I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'll get this done before I have to finish, but then I'm just looking at this and I've got, as I started observing it, God, I hate these things. Now it's gone. It's gone forever. Some of them are so easy to remove and some of them are an absolute nightmare. So yeah, I was just having a look at this board and I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 caps, I think, something like that. Was it 12? 12 caps? And that's going to take me more time than I have at the moment. So my apologies for that. That I won't get this finished in this live stream. And let's get this removed. This is the little thing here that adjusts the width, I think. Is it the width or the height? Get ourselves a nice little kind of ferrite core there. Give it a bit of a spin to change the adjustment. What is it? It is It is the width. The what do you call it? Soldering iron's gone cold. Here we go. Do you replace all the caps on the principal, or do you target only bad ones when possible? Okay, so this is the answer to that question. It really has to do with, well, there are a few factors that come in. One factor is cost. So if I'm in a situation where replacing all the capacitors is going to cost a lot of money, and the person who is getting me to do the recapping may not necessarily want to spend all that money, under those circumstances, I might just replace the problem ones. If it's easy enough to just replace them all and I'm providing it as a service for someone, I'm likely to just replace them all. Let's call it future-proofing, even if we know that some of them are actually still okay or still working within their functional range. I will sort of replace them just because, you know, they'll need replacing one day, so let's do them now while we're doing everything else. So there's that. And then there is the other thing that, or did I mention this already? That some capacitors, which are maybe very expensive to replace, I might say, look, let's just see how we go. See, I've got a Macintosh SE, I mentioned that before, and I haven't recapped it. I'm just going to recap it when it needs it. Just getting rid of all the snot. So where are we going to put it? I'll put it that way around, I think. I think it'll be better that way. Can tuck it away. Oh crap, I did it around the wrong way. There we go. Right. So let's just squeeze it into that spot. It's not the prettiest of things, but it'll do. There we go. Okie dokie. Then I will just put this on here. And now we know we have replaced the one that was bad. I am going to test that one that was bulging, just to see what it says. I think it'll probably test within range. That would be my guess. But, you know, when caps are bulging, they're letting us know that they're unhappy. And so we have to be respectful. No, I can't get that in there, so we're just going to test it with this one. Okay. Oi, oi. Having a good old think. Can you give me something? It's not giving me anything. Wonder what the old Hacko will have to say about it. Not Hacko, Fluke. Getting my brand names mixed up. Yeah, well, this is saying 1.3 microfarad, which is a little bit off the 3 point whatever it was meant to be. So I don't think there's much doubt about the fact that that cap was an unhappy cap. Someone did tell me that apparently these multimeters that run off AA batteries or AAA batteries, they are slower getting you readings for capacitors. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what someone told me. Yeah, Jay, the only thing I would say about that is that there are sometimes instances of capacitors that might be really expensive to replace. Great big fat ones that are going to be like several dollars for the cap. And, you know, and sometimes if you got a few of them, some people might be like, no, I don't want to spend all that money. So it's sort of a risk assessment, you will say. 4716, that's 10. Is that my other 16s or is that my other 16s? Nope. That's 25. 16 to 4700. 3300. Oh, it's my last 4700. Let's put that in the list as well. 4716.
Smash that like button.
Just in case you want to press the like button because they keep putting you on hold. Sorry, folks. Okay, so 4700 microfarad, microfarad, 16 volt. Jay, you're a funny chap. I had wanted to stream a little bit earlier today. I wanted to get up early and do that, but I was really freaking tired, so I slept in. It's terrible. It's a lot harder for me at this time when we're in daylight savings and the US... sorry, we're not in daylight savings and the US is in daylight savings. It is difficult because I typically don't get my crap together until, you know, like 11 o'clock or something. And that's fine, you know, when it's summer here. But when it's winter here, or it's autumn at the moment, there's a bigger gap in the hours. So if I decide to start streaming at 11 for people on the east coast of the US at the moment, that makes it 9 p.m. or something. Now, I did have one of these, I think, was it either this big fat diode here or this cap here fail? I can't remember. But it did come as a surprise, because it doesn't happen very often. You got to wonder what happened. What's the story? What story does it have to tell? I need to start thinking about all the things I can clean in my ultrasonic cleaner. I am open to suggestions. If people would like to know what happens to certain things in an ultrasonic cleaner, I would like people to put forward some suggestions, because I am going to be doing a video soon where I clean a whole bunch of stuff. So please, suggestions from people, if you have them, yes, I would like to see what happens if you put this in an ultrasonic cleaner. to 2016. We had one of these in the power supply as well. A chook survived half an hour in the cleaner. I cannot see that happening. And I don't have a lid to this ultrasonic cleaner. I'm talking about the laundry one. I'm going to be doing a video on the laundry ultrasonic cleaner. I am planning to try washing some clothes in it. I am planning to clean some dishes, so kind of using it as a dishwasher. And stuff like that. What have we got here? 22 microfarad 50 volts. 22 microfarad 50 volt. Where are my axials? Nope. Are they here? Nope. Can't find my axial caps. They can't be too far away. Have I put them somewhere stupid? I mean, oh, there they are, right in front of me, just staring at them. T-shirt covered in Vegemite. A chook, okay. Thumbnails, a chook is a term that Australians use for a chicken. It's just, if you say chook here in Australia, everyone will know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about a chicken. So, for instance, we might go and what are we having for dinner tonight? Barbecue chook. And I have chickens in the backyard, so I use the word chook quite a bit. 22 microfarad 50 volt. Don't even know if I have one of these. No, I don't. No, 22 microfarad 50 volt. Unless, yes, 50 volt axial. Look at that. Whole section for 50 volt axials. $22.50. Let it be known. One of the really important things when I do these cleaning tests with the ultrasonic cleaner is, of course, I have to do a comparison between ultrasonic cleaner and just letting something soak. I can't see this one. They've put the markings on the underside. Not talking to you, Siri. There and there, okay. Yes, because I mean, when I did my ultrasonic cleaner video, a review of the Vivor one recently, someone said at the outset, I wonder how well it would have cleaned if you'd have just put it in, soaked it in hot water. Now, I happen to know that it wouldn't have done as well as the ultrasonic, but it's a fair question. It is a perfectly fair question, unless you do a control test. How do you know if it's actually doing any good? Okay, what do we got here? This is a 16 volt, 33 microfarad. It just seems that every time I put the container away, I have to get it out again. I'm definitely losing my mind. Won't that be fun to watch? Oh, crap. It's right in front of me, people. Right in front of me. 33, 16. 33, 33, 33, 33. 33. I've got 33, 25. So it's getting an upgrade. Yes. I should maybe clean some of these things a little bit more than I currently do. I will accept that. That is a fair criticism. One of the things I do plan to do is I'm going to wear some socks around all day without shoes, and then I'll pop those in the cleaner and see how they go. I'll use socks as shoes for a day. That's one there. That's one there. I am going to be finishing this up fairly soon, but I just, you know, got to give people an opportunity to prepare for it emotionally. I can't just stop. I'm going to say, I'm going to be stopping soon, guys. I think that's it there. How would the sink cleaner clean a Vivo cleaner? Wow. That's some Inception shit right there. Do-do-do-do. It just occurred to me how incredibly boring it is to recap analog boards. And it's just the dullest thing in the world. I really do have to start finding ways to make it more interesting. We'll start Q&A or something like that. We'll do a little quiz while I'm doing it. SE that I've been planning to recap will order one of your kits soon. Got a Zulu SCSI off your recently been a fantastic device. Yeah, thank you. That's good. One of the big problems is that I am probably going to be shutting down the online store, but I am looking for someone to take over. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do it. There's a limit to what I am able to do as a single human being, and that one has definitely pushed that limit. I do have some Zulu SCSI externals at the moment, and I will have some Blue SCSI version 1.1 or whatever on the store in a minute too, and it will fairly soon. The version 2s, I probably won't end up stocking those, but yeah. But thank you very much for your support and for buying them. I do appreciate that. Another 22016. How about some Apple Macintosh trivia? All right, come on, fire away. Someone get a question. Unless you want me to come up with a question. Q2016. What's the best Mac ever? I think I know what Jay's going to say to that. We all know it's the G5, because it's not just a computer, it's also a room heater, space heater. Anyone know why the clock goes to 1957 when the PRAM battery dies? I feel like it is something that I know, but my brain is not cooperating. So, does anyone else know what that is? The 840AV is a bloody good Mac, I will say. We're not even listening to you about the Amiga 500. Sorry, thumbnails. I do have an Amiga 500, but doesn't qualify. The prototype G5 iMacs had a compact flash card slot on the back. We know that one. We know that one because we know someone who has one, or had one. I think he sold it, didn't he? Did he sell it? G4 mirror drive door's got a bit of an issue with the power supply though, Joe. I know that shouldn't matter. Look how dirty this is. Ay caramba. Look, look. I have so much nostalgia associated with certain Macs, so they're the ones that are always going to be top of my list. They're not necessarily the same ones on other people's lists. Oh, so he brought it. He brought it, yeah, because I know he was selling it. I thought he was selling it. Or maybe he changed his mind. Saw it go up on Marketplace. So yes, the answer is it did have a compact flash slot there. It's the birth date of the programmer. How about that? I never even noticed it does go to 1957, so. 25 microfarad, 100 volt. Of course they're 100 volt because I've got every other container out, but I haven't got the 100 volt one out. Hundred, 25 volt, 100 microfarad. No, it's all right. I read it the wrong way. 100 microfarad, 25 volts. So that's easier because I have got the 25 container out. It's about 2 or 3 down here. 4, 5. Hey, found it. Trying to think of some trivia questions. I think we already established that I'd run out of. So 100 microfarad 25, I've got 1 left of those and I need 2. So let's add that to the list. 100 microfarad 25 volts. I won't take them out yet. Microfarad 25 volt. What have I got? Any others here that I do have the caps for? Oh, this is a nice big fat one here. 1000 microfarad 16. Let's try that. There we go. It's a very different shape, but I think it should still be fine. 1000 microfarad 16 volts. I've just covered the chat so I can't see it. My desk's rolling to the front again. Annoying. Cutting through the snot again, because this one is really baked on. Oh God, it takes so long, this thing gets warm and it gets cold. What does the acronym TWAIN stand for? I have no idea. Okay, now I dropped the cap. There it is, landed right in front of me. Nice when that happens. Okay. 1000 microfarad 16 volt. 1000 microfarad 16 volt. Technology with an interesting name. Are you sure that's true? That sounds like something someone might have made up. Okay, so that's that one, that one. What's that one? That's 100 microfarad 25. I haven't got any of those. I need to order those. What's this one? 100 microfarad 25. And then 100 volt 10 microfarad. Let's get the 100 volt container. There it is. Right at the top. Oh god damn. That's a long way up. What was it again? 10 microfarad, 100 volt. One left. Should probably get some more of those too. Oops. Okay. 10 microfarad, 100 volts. So this is the last one I can actually change on this board because I haven't got any of these other ones. There's 3 here that are size I don't have any stock of, so I will order them. But again, that was part of the purpose of today, was to find out what it is I need to buy. And so far I have, I think, 4 caps on my list. Oh, here comes. Let's just check and make sure that it is what I said it is. Uh, 100 volts. 100 volts, 10 microfarad. 100 volts, 10 microfarad. Okay. Is the negative at the top? It's funny, isn't it, the way all these capacitors have a stripe on the negative side, but the positive side is what's labelled on the board. Does it strike anyone else as being kind of weird? So in actual fact, this would work. If I was to connect this up, this would work, because this was working before, and I've replaced some caps. I haven't replaced others, but I've replaced some caps here. Actually, I don't even know that this one did worked before. Maybe it didn't. I'm assuming it worked before. But so I've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4 more caps I need to replace. They are all the same size. I don't have them. They're 25 volts, 100 microfarad. Yep, so all 3 of them, 25 volts, 100 microfarad. So that will have to be for another day. I mean, unless I have some 35s, I will double check. But I don't think I will have 35s. What did I say it was again? $100 microfarad 25. No, I don't have any 35s either. So we're all out of luck there, I'm afraid. So we can start the wrap-up process. We did successfully recap the power supply from this. So this is the Macintosh SE or SE30 power supply. That has been done. He lives just there. That's been done. We did actually test the voltage coming out of it. We were getting 12 volts and 5 volts, so that's a good sign. This one here, we've replaced all but 4 caps. I need to actually get some stock of those before I can replace them. We did, of course, replace a cap that was not only bulging, but measuring way outside of its original spec. So that's a very good one to replace. So we're very, very close to having this one done, but I just need to order some caps first. But, you know, it all went reasonably well. Can't complain. And that will be, as I say, this actually says Macintosh SE analog. Well, this would work in an SE30, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the guy who sent it to me said it was SE30, but maybe he's just using it in an SE30, I don't know. Yeah, so that's as far as we can get to today. So I do apologise that we didn't get closure with this, but there was always a good chance of that, because I knew that I was running low on a few caps. Okay, so all right, well, I think I'll probably wrap it up now. So thank you to everyone who jumped on and watched. Sorry it was a little bit later than usual, but that's just sort of how it goes. I've got the review video for this microscope stand coming out probably tomorrow. I just need to run it past the Vevor guys and make sure that I haven't missed anything glaring in the review that they want me to include. Yeah, that's probably it. So no closure. Yeah, sorry about that. But as I say, we've got the review video coming out. Everyone loves review videos. Come on. Okay, so again, thank you for keeping the chat lively. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chats. To whoever gave the thumbs down, I want to thank you as well, because it's nice to know I'm in your thoughts. Yep, I think that's it. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you at the next stream. So bye-bye.